How freaking amazing this song is from Ida Reichel. Good morning, everyone. Shavua Tov. Let's have a good day, shall we? It's been for a long time on my mind to actually collect good news as opposed to bad news. But I never had the time for doing that. So here we are in quarantine, all in together, and I got a time for doing that, so let's do that. Good news. When I was living in Switzerland, I realized that there, around like 70% of the news is positive, and only the 30% is negative. I was 22 at the time, and I remember calling my parents like, maybe that's why people are like so chill and relaxed, beside the fact that most of the people are rich. But have you actually tried to gather positive news and something that you can share as a line of positive news? It is a freaking challenge. Somehow psychologically we are wired to focus on the negative. So as someone who has been doing communications and social media for like last 6-7 years, I always say that social media is more of a psychology than marketing or anything else. So statistically, I can prove to you that no matter what, no matter which page I'm managing, even though I'm working mostly in the Jewish and Israeli niche, if it's a positive news, granted, it's not gonna go as far as something negative. When we share something about anti-Semitism, bullying against Israel, the UN bashing on Israel, everything goes very far. That's somehow the negative news is connecting us more than the positive. And I know that the idea in itself might not be new and novel, but we don't need to invent the wheel all the time. Just ride the wheels or something like that. So here I am riding the wheels of good news. And even though I promised you good news, I'm going to start with something that is a very heavy news. But I want to talk about it because eventually it restores faith in humanity. It starts with something tragic. If you live in Israel, you know that Tamar Peretz Levy, a 49-year-old mother of 4-year-old twins, passed away because of corona. This is tragic in and of itself, let alone the fact that her husband and the father of the twins passed away just 2 years ago. I can't even imagine the devastation. So the good news here that I want you to remember and take away from here and pass it on and be a better person from that is that brotherhood and sisterhood in this community that just within days raised over $300,000 to help that 2 twins. And I believe it's gonna be the mother-in-law or sister-in-law who is going to raise them. Like in the middle of a crisis, when people are losing their jobs, everyone is struggling, to find the way to survive. Yet when something tragic happens, you understand that you still have more than they have and you just give. So that's my good news number one, because this is just so beautiful in a tragic situation. This mishpacha, again. Good news number 2 comes from Manhattan, New York, because just days before I escaped this apocalypse to be able to survive it here with my family, I did sign up for a volunteering group, Mever Volunteering Group. That's how they called it. It was launched by a group of Jewish kids, young people, like really, and they are doing an amazing job. I mean, amazing job, seriously. I might be blindsided by the fact that I'm totally working in this Jewish niche, so I only see when Jewish kids initiate something like this. So you are free to, pinpoint me to other non-Jewish kids who start something amazing. But I also believe that because of this community soul of the Jewish culture, it's just somehow always the Jewish kids who react first. So anyway, huge shout out to this group who is bringing food to the elderly. But not only, because one of the organizations I'm working with is helping kids with cancer. So they are immunocompromised, so they cannot go out and their parents cannot go out. So just a phone call and these guys were buying food on their own money and delivered it to this family who is an Israeli family living in New York City, waiting on a chemotherapy treatment for their kids to save his life. And these bunch of young people just devoted their time and money to help. Really, kol hakavod, guys. Good news number 3 comes from Poland. Yes, Johnny, this is for you. Johnny Daniels, probably you don't need an introduction to my audience, but in case you need, guys, just Google him. Just find him on Facebook. He is a mensch. So Johnny is running an organization called From the Depth, and he is really just putting himself out there to make sure that the people who back then helped the Jewish people are not forgotten. So Johnny today is bringing grocery and food and any kind of help he can to the righteous people in Poland. Righteous, it's a word I never can pronounce, but forgive me. Here is a story of self-sacrifice. Like Johnny has a family in Israel, but instead of staying in a comfort of his own, he decided to go back to his second home, Poland, because he knew that during this time, his organization is the one that is going to help these people. So he couldn't see his daughter, he couldn't be there for her birthday. But you know, when you leave, not only considering yourself, but something bigger, life is just getting better. Good news number 4. Maybe the time of random hookups are gone. I'm not a fan of dating apps, but what can you do when you are locked in your home? The good news is that the amount of music I get from guys, it's just mind-blowing and beautiful. So maybe that's a pickup line of the Israeli guys, let me send you a song. Let me play you a song. Guys, just bring it on. So let's just listen a little bit of montage from all these arts. These guys are pretty talented, so just keep them coming, guys, really. It's a good news for me. You really know how to find a way to my heart. Just don't stop. Great news number 5. You just need to watch it. I mean, seriously, aren't they super cute? And basically they say, that quarantine just cannot get away their spirits and good vibes. That's kind of how I'm gonna look like when I grow old. Definitely. I just showed this video to my parents. 5 minutes later, I hear music and I open my door from my quarantine and all I see is my dad and my mom replicating the same video. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to show you that, but since they are doing that, probably when I grow old, I will be even worse. So this was my top 5 good news for you. I'm telling you, it's really difficult to gather good news. So now it's your turn. Send me anything that you hear from the Israeli Jewish niche that is a good news that's worth sharing. You can email it to me to that email address, or you know where to find me. Not physically, please, because I'm in quarantine. My +1. It seems that after the toilet paper crisis, wow, now everyone is obsessed with their hair, and men and women seem to be very on the same page now. Everyone is looking for a hairdresser. Let me tell you, it's very, very easy. People, let your hair grow. You have a good friend, this one. Seriously, what to bother? There you go. Men or women, that can work. Just, I don't know, survive this quarantine without major hair accidents. Oh, yeah. And wholehearted thank you to making me dressed up for today. The whole video actually was just for that I can feel as a human being again. Take care.